Start the battery load test by connecting your tester to the battery. Connect the inductive probe around the tester's positive battery cable, and don't forget to point the arrow toward the battery plus terminal. Look at the battery's label to help you determine the cold cranking amps. If you have an aftermarket battery, a replacement battery, use the correct CCA rating. Make sure that the replacement battery, is equal to or greater than the cold cranking amps rating of the OE battery. Then divide the cold cranking amps in half. In our example, we have a cold cranking amps of 550 divided by 2 equals 275 amps. So adjust the load control and set the 275 amps on your tester. Apply this load for 15 seconds to remove the surface charge of a battery. Then turn the load off. If the battery voltage recovery is less than 12.4 volts in 60 seconds, recharge and retest the battery. Now what we're saying is, watch the battery recover back after you put the load on, then take it off. If the voltage remains lower than 12.4, you're going to have to recharge and retest the battery. Now on the retest results, if the battery fails a second recovery test, then just replace the battery and stop messing with it. If the battery passes the recovery test, then you're going to have to determine why the battery was discharged in the first place. Maybe it's as simple as you were working with the door open and the interior lamps on. If the battery recovery is normal, apply a second load of 1/2 of the cold cranking amps for 15 seconds. You have to temperature correct for the battery's temperature. At a battery temperature of over 70 degrees Fahrenheit, the voltage shouldn't fall below 9.6. If the battery fails this load test, replace the battery. And what we mean by temperature correcting is, if our battery was 40 degrees and we didn't have time to allow it to warm up to shop temperature, then our 9.6 volts turns into a specification of 9.3 volts. Make sure you temperature correct when doing this test.